What's up, guys? If anyone saw the last video, obviously I had a really bad day. I just kind of um, just spiraled. So I changed my rules. At the end of the video, I talked about my rule change, and the new rules I'm trying to follow are one trade per day, no matter what, on my eval or whatever my main thing, a funded account eval, whatever my goal is to trade. I'll place one trade regardless if it wins, loses, break even. I'm placing one trade, I'm executing one time, and letting it play stop loss or take profit no matter what. I'm not gonna get out early. I'm doing one trade. If I win, lose, whatever, it's the only trade, even if it's not a great trade. And I'm gonna do that for a full month. So until August 8, August 10, whenever, I'm gonna get a full month of data from only trading one time, one trade per day, and just seeing how we do. And we're going to trade one full contract, so I can execute off of the trading view. And since we're only doing one trade with one take profit, one stop loss, and I'm not touching anything, then I'm completely fine risking one contract because I'm following a rule, I'm following a plan that should be profitable. So going into the day, really nothing too crazy to talk about here. We just had chop. We had the low that just got swept here, and we had these highs. We were just in this range. It's not a very big one, about 46 points, just really small range. We'll probably get an expansion to the downside of what I'm expecting to see here. But yeah, so we're just chopping the range, and I'm expecting this to be an AMD model on the higher time frame. Accumulation here. I expect this to accumulate, manipulation at this high, and then now we're going to distribute down to this low. I think this is the draw on liquidity. I think this is the market maker sell model, which is rebalancing to the daily gap. Right here, we have a daily inefficiency. We have the opening gap here that we probably want to get back to. We have a lot of liquidity under here, and the market's pretty overextended. We haven't hit equilibrium of this range yet, and equilibrium lies underneath the liquidity. So I think we're in a market maker sell model on the 5-minute and the 15-minute. We just put in this order block once we get a close below, so I'll be curious to see how that reacts. We'll mark out the OB. So yeah, I think going on to the rest of the day, the rest of the week, no, not even week, but rest of the day really, maybe tomorrow if we don't take it, I really do think we're in a sell model. I think this was the accumulation. We manipulate the high, no displacement, and now we're displacing through the lows. So this is starting to actually look pretty clean. When you go into the 5-minute, it's starting to look clean. We have this big imbalance after we had an SMT at the high. We swept the liquidity, and we displaced lower. We retraced into discount of this move down. We had and that 5-minute imbalance, we tap back into this inverse fair value gap, this order block right here. Again, these things show up, and I'm starting to see order blocks a lot more, but this order block starts getting respected. We have an inverse, we have a 5-minute, very high confluence to go short. And we also had it reach the 6.25, which is like the golden zone for the fib retracement. But this is just a very, very clean spot that the market reversed. If you place a limit order there and you trade down to low, that's 56 points. But regardless, that's not my model. We get displacement here, we hold. We get displacement here. This fair value gap holds. We have these equal highs, which if we don't take the low, we might come out, sweep the equal highs, and then go lower. It's kind of what I'm looking at. But this is the order block on the 15-minute. If we do end up going and closing below it, but I'll just remove that for now. But my trade I placed, since we were in the chop, that's a higher time frame bias now, but intraday, we had this setup. We swept the high, we came in, we made an SMT here, I believe, at 9:57. Yeah, we had an SMT, so we had one here. We trade down, we sweep this low with no follow through, and we come in and we have this singular fair value gap here. I was looking to target these highs, and I got in on this candle close. I don't like this trade looking back. Even live time, it was kind of annoying, but I placed my trade, and I got filled here, so it was a very quick 11 points. So we were green on one contract, 11 points. We got filled for around 8 because of a bad spread. But 8 points on the day, about $170, $160, which is all right. It's still fine. It's still green. At the end of the day, it's green. I stuck to my rules, and I held. It was a 1 minute trade, so it wasn't even scary. I didn't go negative, so it was a very easy trade, but I executed and I didn't place any more trades, which is good. But the model's there. This is a data wick candle, which is even more confluence. We had this high. We had an SMT at the low. We singular fair value gap. I even believe that we delivered off a 5 minute bullish gap right here, even though it's really small, so I don't really care for it. It's not like anything crazy. But yeah, so we had a lot of confluence to go higher there and with the momentum. But overall, I think this is a trade that I could avoid in the future because it's a little bit over eager to make money. But we stuck to our rules. One trade, that was it. I like this inverse to the downside. We got a really bad close anyways, so I wouldn't have taken this live anyways. But if you did get in here, it worked. I took it on paper. And then the rest of the day, I'm just observing price now because I'm trying to just start learning and just keep learning and keep observing price even when I'm done for the day. Because just because I'm keeping myself disciplined, taking one execution, doesn't mean I can't keep learning, keep looking for opportunities, keep reading the market. So one of the things I noticed was we had an SMT here, which caused a reversal into this 5 minute, which was where I was anticipating price to hunt. And this SMT was a catalyst for that. ES made an equal high with this high over here. But notice how we reject this order block perfectly, which is an inverse fair value gap from over here, where you'd expect to hold, and a 5 minute bearish, and in discount. And now we're starting to sell off. I would turtle soup these highs if we got one. If we came up here before taking this low, I would definitely think a short entry looks good there. But yeah, so that's again kind of my review on the day and kind of how I looked at the market going into today. And yeah, on the bigger time frame, I do believe we're in a market maker sell model. I do think this is what's going to play out here. I do believe this is how this is going to play out in the end. It's kind of ugly here, but you get the idea. Buy side of the curve. You know what? We'll do this even here. Buy side of the curve, sell side, buy side, sell side of the curve, I believe will be playing out. So look out for that. And I think we're starting to get proper move lower. We're going to have to close below this fair value gap eventually, but that will come in with time. We're holding this 4 hour gap, so who knows? We could just keep being bullish, but I would like to see some displacement through lows to hunt all this liquidity down here. Starting to look very, very clean. And let's see. We have this order block. And then where's the 15-minute one? And then we have the 15-minute, this whole 15 minutes of order block, so we're not going to mark it out. But yeah, so this is kind of what I'm looking at for price to do. I would like to see us reject this area and then go lower. So besides that, I'm really overall kind of don't really have much else to say. I'm going to pull up my execution here. So this is the execution we had from today. Let's see if this is the one. All right, yep, so this is my trade. This is the trade I took with one contract on NQ. You can see we have 12 seconds till that candle closes. I'll speed it up. So the candle closes, and I do hesitate slightly to get in because it obviously isn't the greatest entry ever. It's not the greatest setup. And I was honestly hoping it would come down, retrace a little bit to give me a better entry. But it wasn't, so I got in here, and it actually filled me all right for how late I got in. And I don't execute off TradingView often, so I was a little bit confused there, and we do miss out on a good amount because like it was up $250 there, but again, that happened really quick, so it's easy to trade good when the price runs straight to your target and you have a small target. But yeah, so that's kind of annoying that we didn't end up just placing it a little bit higher, but it is what it is. That was the trade. That was the one trade for today. And there really wasn't too many great opportunities the rest of the day for my setup, which is fine. I did what I needed to do. I executed. I made a small mistake by getting in a little bit late. I also don't like that we already hit this internal high, and I also don't like the risk. We're risking way too much just to make a little bit. So some mistakes there still, even though we followed our rules, and we did all right. We still made some mistakes, which is fine. But that's why I'm trying to take one trade a day, so that even if I do make a mistake or if I lose a trade, it can't be a really bad day because I'm only taking one trade. So win, lose, whatever, we're taking one execution, and you can't really fail when you do that. So that was the one execution I took, and we will throw that into my folder. And then, yeah, so everything else I'm just kind of looking at here is noise. There's not really, we're really in a really small range today. We were in a 40-point range in the market open. We've now extended that range like 70 points. This is a very tough day to trade for people. If you had a hard day today trading, if you don't see much, it makes sense. It makes sense that there's not really great opportunity today, just because of where price is and how price is moving. But one thing I want to say that I was thinking about yesterday that this trade reminds me of is that everyone can take this trade and get it to here when it goes there in about 5 seconds. But I like Mike Tyson's quote, which is, everyone has a plan until you get punched in the face. So although I did wish I could have made more today, I did make money. I did take a winning trade, and my plan's one a day. Everyone has a plan until I get punched in the face. If this trade lost, would I be able to sit here and be calm? Would I have taken one trade? Would I have followed my rules? And I really love that quote from Mike Tyson because it is just so valuable. It is so true to trading. Everyone has a trading plan until they get hit in the face, until they take a loss, until they blow their account. Everyone has a plan until things go wrong. It's easy to trade when you're winning. If I shorted on this candle and then we sell through this one, it's easy to take that short because it's nowhere near stopping you out. Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face, and I just love that. And I've been thinking about that recently, so I wanted to bring that up because that is just such a good quote for trading, for anything, because you genuinely do have a great set of rules. You can have whatever, you can be doing good, and then as soon as that loss hits, that's when you really decide if you're going to have a good day or a bad day. And when we took out this candle, we had an SMT here. I just want to point that out again. But yeah, so going the rest of the day, there's really not much else happening. I want everyone to, in the comments, I want to see, what do you guys think your biggest problem is with trading? Because for me, it's just holding trades. I've been on a few days of just over trading, but that's not my bigger issue. My bigger issue is mainly just, well, one, when I take a loss, just taking more losses. But really, it's just when I get into a trade, I have a very, very hard time holding the trade to full take profit. So I'm really curious what you guys struggle with the most with your trading, just to see kind of where everyone's at, because everyone has different mistakes, right? Like, some people hold their trades too long. They might get in a short here, and it comes all the way down here, and then, or they get in a trade here, whatever, their stop loss is break even now, and they're holding, instead of selling at this low, which they can guarantee, it comes back out and stops them for break even. So some people hold too long. Some people don't hold long enough, like me, or, there's just so many different problems that people can have. So like, my problem might be something that's easy for someone else, but then something that's easy for me is really hard for someone else. So I'm really curious to see if anyone has anything really unique And just kind of to see maybe someone else sees it. Maybe I don't have a problem someone else is having, and they're like, okay, like something's wrong with me. But then they see some in the comments like, oh my gosh, like I do the same thing every single day. So, because at the end of the day, like some people's problem might be entering trades, and like being hesitant to get in a trade, right? I don't really have much of a problem with entering trades right away, but some people do. So again, it all comes down to your plan, and everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face, which is completely true. This ended up being turtle soup, which is kind of interesting here because and we tapped that order block, but this turtle soup was kind of disguised. We barely swept the high inside of fair value gap, and now we sold off. So that would have been a 27-point trade. You could have had a tight stop, but that's not my model. I'm not super worried about that. But yeah, I mean, at this point, I don't really have an insane amount left to say. Anyone that's still watching the video, I don't have anything else really about trading today. But one thing I do want to say briefly before I end the video is Spain play a semifinal of the Euros. And ever since I've been watching Spain, which has been the first major tournament I saw of Spain was 2014 because I was in third grade then. So if I was in third grade, I was in third or fourth grade. The major tournament before that, 2012, I honestly just didn't watch because I was just really small, really little. But ever since I've been watching Spain, they have found a way to disappoint in the most depressing way possible. Group stage in 2014. 2016, I think they went out to Italy just like in a normal game. 2018, they lost to Russia on penalties in the round of 16. 2020, they lost to Italy on penalties, I believe, in the semifinal. And then the last World Cup, they lost on penalties to Morocco. So I would love to be able to watch Spain in a major tournament final for the first time ever live, where I can actually be conscious. So I'm excited. I have like nothing to do until then. I don't have any more trading after this low is taken. We would need a lot more structure to find a trade to this low. But I have nothing to do, so I'm just kind of like trying to fill my time. But yeah, I hope Spain go through because I really, really want to be able to watch them play a major tournament final for the first time in my life. I've been very blessed. As you guys might say, my name, Diego Barrera, it's a Spanish name. My dad is from Spain, and I'm a big Real Madrid fan, so I've been very blessed since 2014 when I started watching. That was the first season I watched through and through, and I've been very blessed to watch them win the Champions League 6 times. So I am pretty spoiled as a soccer fan, but I would love to see Spain in a major final for the first time with my own eyes where I can consciously take it in. So everyone, that's it for the video. You guys should definitely tune to the Spain game if you want to watch something great, if you like the sport at all. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys. I hope you guys have a great day, a good day to come back. And I'm really liking the one trade a day, because win, lose, whatever, I can stay disciplined and I can follow something. So the main benefit of that is that regardless of what happens, every single day, if I take one trade and I hold properly, I am getting better at following a plan. And a lot of trading is just following a plan and being disciplined. So working on the discipline very hard. We're going to do it for a month, and we're going to see. I really do believe I'll pass my fund at doing this. And yeah, thank you guys all for the support. I think we're going to cross over 600 subscribers very soon. It's just crazy. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I hope you guys had a great day.